Walker. And the Giants take game one of this series 5-2.
It's FP Santangelo live from the Hawaiian Airlines broadcast booth high atop Oracle Park. The Giants win 5. I didn't have to say that. I just felt like saying it, so I gave them an extra plug. Giants win 5-2. They go to 64-68 on the year. They won their third in a row. They're playing good baseball. They're playing clean baseball. It was fun to watch tonight. Justin Verlander was outstanding. The offense did just enough and a couple of home runs. Matt Chapman would have had 2 home runs in Milwaukee. He hit one deep to center field early in the game, and then he hit his 17th home run. Wilmer Flores got things started with a home run. 35,060. That's kind of where I want to start the show tonight. There's a lot of Cubs fans here. I'll give them that, and I like Cubs fans. They're fun. They get it. They enjoy baseball. But 35,000 on a Tuesday night, it was just rocking in this ballpark. I did not expect that. So lots of Cubs fans here tonight. Justin Verlander got a second win of the year. Two hits in a row with runners in scoring position in the 5th. So they kind of just kept going where they left off to Milwaukee. They played some good baseball in Milwaukee. They played some good baseball tonight. It was really fun to watch. The Cubs said the Giants can't hit left-handers. They just kept rolling left-hander after left-hander after left-hander out there tonight, and the Giants did a good job. And they've had a tough time with left-handers this year, but they got the job done, a 5-2 win. 808 KNBR. Bill Hader was here tonight. Did you guys see that? Stefan was here tonight. This is one of my favorite skits on Saturday Night Live. Stefan. See you, DC. Stefan was here tonight, Bill Hader, and that was cool. So just a really good atmosphere at the Yard tonight. Taylor Swift got engaged today to Travis Kelce, 808 KNBR, if you want to talk about that. I guess the ring was $1 million, and it should be. It really should be. And maybe it was, the fake diamond. Who knows? So I'll take your calls, 808 KNBR. This is where it gets kind of weird doing the show, because when the Giants win, I always say this, the phone lines get a little bit dead. When the Giants lose, this is kind of a wine line where everybody bitches and moans and complains. But you have to like what you're seeing for this ball club. I'm weird. I haven't given up on the season. I know a lot of you have, and that's your priority as a Giants fan, and I never tell fans what to think. I love to talk to you guys. I love to hear what you're thinking. But stranger things have happened in the game of baseball. So what's that, 64? That's 12. Carrier 1, 132 games. So 30 games left in the season. And if you go on a heater and you go on a run, and the reason I'm saying this is that it's just weird with this ball club this year, because it's the opposite of what you're expecting. Like the Marlins rolling into town, the Pirates rolling into town, and then the things go bad. And then you go to Milwaukee and like, woo, the Brewers are 42-20 at home to start the series. They have the best record in all of baseball in their own ballpark. They win the first game. They go to 43-20, and you're just like, ooh, this could be a tough weekend. And the resilient Giants, they're playing scrappy. They're playing good baseball. They're running the bases aggressively. They're stealing bases. They're trying to steal bases. They're doing a lot of things they did in April and May. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you, this is going to be a September to remember, but why not? Why not when you look at the schedule? As long as the teams are good, the Giants are playing, we're in good shape, because they step up their game to the level of their competition, it seems like. When they're playing really good teams and teams that are hot. I mean, the Cubs came in here. They swept the Angels. They're playing great baseball. They're feeling good about themselves. And boom, Justin Verlander, he had runners on all night. He had traffic. He fought. I got to turn off my dinger. Did you guys hear that? He fought. He battled. He scrapped. Joey Lucchese's a stud, by the way. Hey, Joey, throw some strikes. I love Joey Lucchese. Not because he's Italian, but because I'm Italian. And I love watching this guy pitch. He's turned out to be a valuable piece to this ball club, getting the job done. He was a good starter in San Diego, too, by the way. He's got enough funk to his delivery where the curve and the off speed makes the fastball play up. Big fan of Joey Lucchese right now. And Ryan Walker's back. I mean, that's huge that Ryan Walker's back. He left us for a little bit. He went on a little hiatus mentally, and now he's locked in. You could just tell his body language on the mound. When you're around it your whole life, you look at guys – and you tell they stand, how they catch the ball back from the catcher, how they look in for the sign, even though they don't look in for signs anymore. They're looking at the target and listening for signs. He's just carrying himself. His mound presence is that of confidence. And I think, like Mike said in the post-game wrap, that this team has confidence right now. And who knows? Who knows? Like I said, I might be crazy, but I'm not giving up on this thing. Until there's a X or a Y or whatever they put in the standings by your name, you still have a chance. Let's go to Carlos. Carlos was at the game, Danny. Let's put Carlos on the air. Carlos, lead us off tonight. What do you got?
Oh, what a great game. You called it, FP. You know what? I also think it was the weather. Nice night in San Francisco. You don't get a lot of these at the ball game, so we got to appreciate those a lot. But what a great balance of some of the veterans coming through and seeing some of the kids that they're bringing up. It's fun baseball. It's what you want to watch. And it was a work thing. I was in the suite, so almost got hit by a ball because somebody was talking to me instead of watching the game. My bad. But great time at the ballpark. So I agree with you, man. We can't call it out, but as long as they play good baseball like this, it's fun. So
right,
yeah.
like I said, I haven't done a show in a few weeks, but like I said, yeah, I used to keep track of the WTF moments, like the things they were doing that were making us all pull our hair out, and that hasn't happened recently. And to your point about the weather, how about Luis Matos' double off the right field wall? I mean, that never happens. He had a fly ball to right, and I think the wind might have helped it, but it was warm. It hit off the wall. So, yeah, it kind of was a hitter's park tonight. And how about Luis Matos and what he's done lately? He had 8 hits in his last, 2, 4, 6, 8, 4 games. Then he went 1 for 3 with a double, scored a run tonight, drove a run in. He might be turning the corner, and I think that's what you look for this time of the season. With the younger players, are they turning the corner? Are they having the light goes on moment where you can, like, hang your hat on them for next year and know that they're a big league player? So Matos getting a chance, like an extended chance. And he's had some throughout his career, but it's always been up, down, sit the bench, play, sit the bench, go to AAA, play. All of a sudden, they're just traded Yaz, and hey, can you do it in right field? Off righties, off lefties. He's getting the job done. He's fun to watch play baseball right now.
I didn't want to say his name because I don't want to jinx him. Because to your point, he's doing great, and so more power to him, man. It's you know what though, you got to appreciate it. Remember him last year and exactly what you said, up and down, and there is just like you're saying about our closer. There's a little more fire in his eyes. There's a little more energy. Like he's here with purpose now. So it's great fun baseball, man.
And maybe it's as simple as Carlos, that he knows he's the closer now, and he doesn't have to think about, well, if I screw it up today, it's going to be Doval tomorrow. He knows he's the guy. The confidence is back, and it's fun to watch. Yeah, this is the kind of baseball we've been waiting for. That minus the WTF moments and just playing as hard as you can. You got 30 games left, and I know this is what fans don't realize. At this point of year, everybody's banged up, and I know, yeah. So are the Brewers, but they're winning every night. But everybody's banged up. Everybody has a little fatigue. A lot of it's mental at this time of year because you're grinding out every single at bat. You're grinding out every pitch you throw. You're grinding out every ball you catch. And you get into a groove, but all of a sudden, everything starts to hurt, and you're on the training table for 2-3 hours before the game, and you're in the cold tub, in the hot tub, you're doing whatever it takes, like eating Advil like they're in a Pez dispenser, and you're just trying to get to the finish line. And if you're in a pennant race, that's the beauty of it. The adrenaline takes over, and you don't feel any pain. You don't feel the cold weather. You don't feel anything. You just go out there and you're playing on adrenaline. And I think the big reason why I mentioned 35,060 tonight is there's nothing better. And I know they haven't been playing well at home. I think that's an understatement. But to come home in front of the crowd and to give the crowd tonight a good show, because this is, after all, the entertainment business. When you pay a lot of money to come see the Giants play, whether they win or lose, you want to put on a good show. And I think they did tonight. So that was pretty cool. Carlos, thanks for the call, man. Good leadoff call on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's go to Gary. Gary was also at the game. Gary, you're on The Sports Leader. How you doing?
Hey, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Yeah, I think really I saw the keys to the game is the fact that how many opposite field hits did they get tonight? You just haven't seen that. And Ramos had 2, Matos is opposite field. I guess you could count Devers as opposite field, although it looks like a line drive in the book. But
line drive in the books, baby. And an RBI, I believe, wasn't it? I think so. Let me see.
Well,
no. He was 1 for 4. He was 1 for 4 without an RBI. My bad.
I thought it was too. But no, I just don't understand. The only thing I had a question is, like, why didn't Bailey drop a bunt down on Matos' double? I mean, he's at the Mendoza line. Just drop the bunt and get in the third. It's kind of mind-boggling on that one. But
yeah, the Giants haven't been the best at moving leadoff doubles or runner on second, nobody out of late. And yeah, It wouldn't have been a bad idea there, hitting 209 to drop a bunt down. I'm with you. Just to third, even push it to first because you're on the right side. And how about the Cubs tonight? They said, okay, we've seen the numbers against lefties for the Giants. So they go Boyd, Pomeranz, Taylor Rogers, and Wicks, all left-handers tonight. The Giants face 4 left-handers. I was like, how many left-handers do the Cubs have in their bullpen? But they showed them all tonight. So tomorrow right-hander goes, and things will get back to normal. But they did a good job tonight. What did they get? 5 runs on 7 hits, just enough to. I mean, that's Giants baseball. Play good defense, score 5 runs, and you should win the games that you score 5 runs.
Well, that's just it. Those 7 hits and 4 of them were up the field, and the other, there was 2 of them were home runs, and then Ramos' double. So that's it.
Yeah, good approach tonight by the boys. I like it. They got lefties on the mound. Take what they give you. Don't try to do too much. And Elliot Ramos' average is up to 264, 3 for 3 with a run scored, a double. I'm looking for an RBI. Yes, an RBI. He walked on base 4 times tonight in the leadoff spot. Tough to beat a team when your leadoff hitter gets on base 4 times.
No, exactly. And then somebody gets some hits behind them. It helps.
Gary, what did you think of the crowd tonight and the enthusiasm in the ballpark?
Oh.
And how do you feel as a fan on the way home from the game tonight?
No, I love it. No, it was great. It's been, I went there with my daughter, and I have season tickets. I do a few games every year. And the crowds this year on a Tuesday night, it's been crazy. I mean, it's like, wow. It hasn't been like this for a long time. Go there Tuesday night, it's packed. Everything's packed. Like every game I've been to this year, it's been great crowds. A lot of Dodger fans and Padre fans and Cubs fans, but it's all good fun most of the time.
I think so, too. I don't mind Cubs fans being here because Cubs fans travel historically. They take over ballparks, and they're enthusiastic about their club because of where they're at in the standings. But you just can't. The Brewers just keep winning. They were way ahead, then they tied it. Then all of a sudden, I look on my MLB app, and the bases are loaded, and in the bottom of the 9th with 1 out. So I flip on the game on my phone in the press box tonight, and I watch a sacrifice fly deep to right field. They win the game 9-8. They just got that magic going. But here's the thing that I always say, like, regular season wins are overrated. How many times have you seen a team with 107 wins, you're getting that microwave oven that is the first round of the playoffs and have trouble getting out of it. But when you watch them play baseball, and I just did for 3 days, and even though the Giants won, and I've been watching a lot of the Brewers because I had to prepare for the weekend series with John on KNBR, they play baseball, man. They do a lot of baseball-y things. They choke up with 2 strikes. They foul off 6, 7, 8 pitches. They hit a ground ball to short. Maybe they beat it out. Maybe they don't. It scores a run. They lay down a base hit bunt. And I feel like at Oracle Park over 81-game schedule that kind of game plays. I just don't think you're going to ever outslug teams in this park. This is the opposite of Coors Field. Like, you're going to have to manufacture runs. You're going to have a brand of baseball that's just a pain in the ass, where you emphasize contact and making 2 strikes adjustments. You make everybody, or try to make everybody, buy into that. And we're going to be aggressive on the bases. We're going to actually hit and run. We're going to bunt. We're going to do all the things that won 3 championships right here in this ballpark I'm sitting in, and just play good, clean baseball. Catch the hell out of it, pitch the hell out of it, and be a pain in the ass, and have 7, 8, 9 your lineup next year, not be automatic outs. And they don't have to hit 300 or even 250, but just be able to do certain things at the bottom of the order to get on base, to produce, to be a pain in the butt. Maybe even run up a pitch count. Hell, I don't know. Like, have good 6, 7, 8, 9 pitch at-bats consistently, and not 3-pitch SIAs. And then all of a sudden, now it's hard to work through the Giants lineup 3 times. You can't just cruise through 6 hitters, or you can't get past 6 hitters and cruise through 7, 8, and 9. So I think there's a lot of adjustments that are going to be made next year. But yeah, I'm glad you had fun at the ballpark tonight. It's nice to hear Giants fans in a good mood.
You bet.
Thanks, man. Let's where am I at here? Let's go to Daniel in Sacramento. 808 KNBR is the number. FP Santangelo up at the broadcast booth doing the post to the post to the post. Giants win 5-2. They go to 64-68 on the season. Justin Verlander was money tonight. 6 innings, 2 runs on 7. He worked. He worked his tail off. He pitched. He had traffic all over the place, and he got out of jams and made big pitches. Daniel in Sacramento, you're on the Sports Leader. What's going on?
Yes, hey, thanks for taking my call. Yeah, Verlander is my favorite pitcher. Everyone likes to crap on him for his ERA, but it's not his fault. He doesn't often have great offensive support. But tonight was a breath of fresh air, man. I was telling Lasky the last 2 months or so, I was just one of those negative Nancy's calling in and nagging. The Giants were done. I kept telling him, he kept telling me to be optimistic, and I had zero confidence in Devers. He told me, let the guy find his feet. Overall, the team was playing with zero confidence and energy. Then, game one with the Brewers, it felt like they got hit with a tidal wave of confidence. It was just weird to see it. Like, it just felt like they were like comfortably out of wild card contention and was no longer being pressured to perform. And all of a sudden, they started to come out and start playing baseball again. And watching the Brewer series was absolutely fun. Even game one, I think that should have been a win, but that late ninth inning stunner at the bottom, kind of took deflated us. But man, this game one with Cubs was such a fun game to watch. It was like early June Giants.
It was, and they were getting 2-out hits and home runs and stealing bases. Matt Chapman had a stolen base. He hit his 17th home run of the year. He could have had 2 tonight. He flied out to the 399 mark in straightaway center field, and that's a home run in a lot of ballparks. So yeah, it was a fun night at the Yard, and it's great to see them playing good base. That's all you want as a manager, as an organization. Go out and play good baseball consistently. And if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. But that Friday night game, we did the wrap after the game, and that was one of the better games I had seen all year. It was a good baseball game. They just didn't win. And you could live with those as a player when you go back into the clubhouse. You're not going to win every game. And I tell the story all the time. When I was in Oakland in 2001, Jason Giambi would actually turn on music after the game in the clubhouse if we lost 3-2 and played a good game. He'd like, hey, we did everything we could tonight. Let's play music. We're not going to hang our heads. And then all of a sudden, we're flushing the game immediately. I don't think you do that if you get boat raced like 10-0. But like in the close games, he would turn on the music and say, screw it. We'll get him tomorrow.
Right. Well, it was even nice seeing Bailey come out and actually swing. Like, usually when I see him at bat, my blood pressure kind of goes up. But it was really nice seeing him actually hitting the ball, Yeah,
he got a couple hits, I think, Sunday in Milwaukee, if I'm not mistaken, from the left side of the plate. I could be wrong, but it seems like he got a couple of hits on Sunday. That's a long time ago. All right, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it. Where are we at here? I got to look at so here's how it works when I'm in the booth and Danny's in Daly City. He texts me the calls, so I have to get to my I'm looking at my mess. By the way, let me go on a little rant for a second. I'm trying to do this, and maybe you guys can help me. I saw this AI generated thing on Instagram the other day where it was like, welcome back to the 80s. Where have you been? And it talked about, and I know this is old man radio, so just stay with me for a second. It talked about how it was a simpler time. We all weren't looking down at our cell phones. We would go out until the street lights came on, and we would actually look at each other and hang out and talk, and nobody had their heads down. Nobody was worried about what was said on them on social media. Nobody's looking at social media. And it just took me back to all the music in the 80s and how fun and positive the music was. And that's when I was in high school, junior high school, college for a couple of years before it turned in the 90s, which were good too. But like, I want to try to get back to that. I don't know how many out there listening that are addicted to their cell phones. I'm crazy addicted to my cell phone right now. Like, I'm always on it. Somebody important will be talking to me, and sometimes it'll buzz, and I'll just lift it up and start looking in the middle of a conversation. Like, how rude is that? And I saw this thing on cell phone addiction on TikTok or Instagram about a year ago when it talks about, like, if you're out and you're with somebody and you have your cell phone out and you have it on the table, say at dinner with your friends, even if it's face down, you're telling whoever you're with that there might be something more important than you, and that's why your phone's out. So now when I go out, I try to put it in my pocket. I'm trying to stay off it during the day, and I'm trying to be more present and like look up at things and, not just always be in a golf round and get in my cart and look at my phone, or in the house bored and pick up my phone and scroll brain dead on TikTok for an hour just seeing stupid videos. So I'm trying, and I might be saying this out loud so I can get your guys' help, to be like, if there's anybody out there that has done this and knows it work, give me a call, 808 KNBR. I'd love to hear from you because but I have to look right now because Danny has calls on here. Danny, let's take a quick break. 808 KNBR is the number. I see Jacob, Blake, Glenn, Mike, Tom, Fred. I'm just making those last 3 names up. Give me a call. We'll talk baseball. We'll talk life on the Sports Leader.
Giants fans, this is your hub to have your voice heard. Sportsphone KNBR. Streaming live on YouTube at KNBR 1045.
Fastball. There's a drive into left center field. Way back there. Still going. Has a chance. Goodbye! Into the bleachers. A two-run homer for Matt Chapman. And after all of that soft stuff, Boyd tried to sneak a fastball by him, and boom!
Boom! It was a high fastball. I got on top of it. 17th home run of the year for Matt Chapman. Anyway, KBR is the number. I want to get into something, but I want to take the calls first. We'll see how the calls go, and here's how this show works with me. I'm not going to sit here all night and tell you stories. You call, I stay. You don't call, I get on my scooter and ride home. That's how I do it after the game. So Eric was at the game, and if you're driving home and you're bored, you want to just talk about anything, Giants baseball, whatever you want, give me a call. So Eric was at the game. Eric, you're on KNBR. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, FP? I tell you what, man. In that park, there was a different vibe in that park. The last time I came down, it was but this was something a little bit different, even though the team isn't exactly, where we kind of want them to be as Giants fans. But lately, man, they're playing some damn good baseball. And the weather, the previous caller, a couple of callers ago, man, I brought a sweater and a jacket, ready for some San Francisco weather, and I was getting pretty warm. It was a beautiful day in the park.
I brought a jacket with me too, and I left it in my backpack all night. I didn't even use it. Here's my thing, and whatever you think about the Giants season is your prerogative. I always say that. I never tell fans what to think, but I love baseball. Like when I'm at home, baseball's on in the background all day. Whether it's the MLB Network, whether it's an early game, whether it's a 4:00 start on the West Coast, and I'm watching the Phillies and the Mets. I love baseball. Like I'm not very well rounded. I don't go to the opera. I don't read books with lots of words in it because there's words and and they keep coming and there's words and more words. I like baseball. I mean that's been my life, and I wouldn't know what to do without it. And my point is that we don't have a lot of games left in this season, and so if you're a Giants fan, you could be frustrated. You could be, why would I go watch them play? Or you could be a different perspective and say, come end of September, I'm not going to have games to watch anymore. And when you have weather like today, and I feel like September's the best month, right? We're getting some early September weather. Even October's a great month around here. That why wouldn't you come out to the game? I mean, because in a month or so, I'm not going to know what to do with myself. I'm going to be sitting at home. I'll watch playoff baseball. I'll have it on. But like to your point, if you're, and I have some friends that are like, oh, I'm not going anymore. I'm like, okay, that's your prerogative. But like, we're all, I think, if you love baseball, maybe even not as much as I do, going to miss this once it's over. So why wouldn't you come out to the park to see the Chicago Cubs, one of the better teams in baseball, and root for your Giants? I'm looking right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 more times. Unless you go on the road, that you get to see the Giants play at home. And that's not a lot. That's going to go by in the blink of an eye. And for people like me that live and die with every game and love baseball, we're going to wish we had it. So I'm glad you had fun at the park tonight. It was a great atmosphere. And early on, I was like, ooh, there wasn't a lot of fans. I'm like, oh. And then they started filing in the first inning and the second inning. And I looked around. I'm like, this place is packed tonight. Let's go. And Giants fans gave you guys something to cheer about, gave us something to cheer about. It was cool. Very cool.
It was absolutely awesome. And even the Cubs fans, when they went ahead, you heard all the Cubs fans down the first base line. But then after that, you got because you got Ramos, man. He, hey, I can't fault him. He was trying to get to that ball, trying to prevent or actually try to dive for the ball and get the out. Unfortunately, Pete Crow Armstrong got to second, but it was a great throw. It was bang bang and went through a replay, but. Then he comes up in the next inning and he cranks another freaking double down the line and he made up for it. I love that. I tell you what, FP, and along the lines with what you're saying, it's baseball, right?
It's baseball, man. It's the yard. Like, where else would you rather be?
Exactly. And the Giants played a good game. And let me get your thoughts on Drew Gilbert. Got his first assignment out there in center field. What did you think of him out in center field?
I don't think he's ever going to see a fastball the rest of his life until he shows the league he can hit off speed, because that's all they're throwing the poor kid. He faced 4 lefties tonight. He was fine out there. I made this comp, And it's way too early, trust me. Like, I don't know anything about this kid. I like his attitude seems like it's great, but he reminds me a little bit of Lenny Dykstra. And people blew up my Twitter like, Lenny Dykstra is a mess. And I'm not talking about personal life here. I never talk about anybody's personal life. I'm talking about just even the way he catches a fly ball, his batting stance. He reminds me of Lenny Dykstra. Maybe he turns into that player. Maybe he doesn't. Who knows? It's too early to tell. But the thing I wanted to get into, and you're kind of taking me there, so I appreciate it, Eric, is that I don't like to grade players or front office personnel. And the last time I was on here, there was a lot of fire Buster Posey. If I had to give Buster Posey a grade for year one as the president of baseball operations, I'd give him an A+. And I'm not just saying that. When you look at the trades he did, the Giants were almost in first place or close to first place, and he pushed all his chips in the middle for Rafi Devers. Kyle Harrison hasn't been in the big leagues, and Hicks has been a disaster for the Red Sox. So you got a premier all-star in Rafi Devers. Whatever he's done here, whatever he hasn't done here, that's a good trade. And then Camilo Doval, the Yankees, for this guy Jesus Rodriguez, who's supposed to be a dude in AAA right now and a good hitter, just started catching again. I think we'll see him before the end of the year. A couple other guys in that trade. And then Tyler Rogers. If it was Tyler Rogers for Jose Butto straight up, that's a good trade. And Blade Tidwell looks like he's a good pitcher in AAA, even though his arm's barking right now. Drew Gilbert, jury's still out. We're seeing him play. And then Mike Yastrzemski, given the opportunity for Luis Matos to bloom, the trade to the Royals for Yastrzemski. Now, Matos is playing every day. He doesn't have to look over his shoulder to see if I go 0 for 4. Am I not playing today? Am I going to AAA because I was just NL Player of the Week, but I had a tough spell and I'm going back? So all of these things that Buster Posey has done in year one, and maybe the biggest thing is just to sit back and take it all in. Like I said the last time I was on, you never walk into a house and say, oh, my God, I love your foundation. Your foundation is so sexy. You say, oh, your kitchen's beautiful. Oh, the master bedroom, I don't even think you can say that anymore. Whatever they call it, the main bedroom, the pool, the backyard. What a beautiful home. But you never talk about the foundation. And that's what this year is to me for Buster Posey. It's a foundational year to sit back and watch. And it's probably killing him when the team is playing sloppy and they're making mental errors and not doing the things that he knows it takes to win a championship. But like he's doing it the right way in year one. So anybody that sits back and criticizes Buster Posey in year one doesn't. When you call KNBR and you bitch about him, you're just screaming that you don't know anything about baseball. So that's my little soapbox rant that I wanted to get in tonight.
You're speaking my language because I've been a defender of Buster Posey too.
You don't have to defend him. It blows my mind that people can turn on somebody so quick. And I know he probably doesn't care, and he's probably feeling a lot of things that fans are feeling. But to come on 50,000 watts or to go on Twitter with keyboard courage and say these things, you're just screaming, "I have no clue," is what you're screaming.
And the thing is, it's a take inventory year, and you can't build a club in one off season, and you just can't. It's going to take a little while. And Buster Posey, yeah, is he figuring some things out? Sure, he is. But we all know that this guy is going to want to go out there and compete. The guy was part of 3 world championships in San Francisco, and I have no doubt that he's going to go out there and get things done. And as you pointed out, the things that he's already done. You got Devers. You got rid of Hicks and his contract. You picked up some young guys that may have some potential, and now we're going to get ready to embark on another offseason in the next few months. And, hey, let's see what the guy can do. I have the utmost faith in him until, well, he doesn't. But to sit there and scream at the clouds, so to speak, about Buster Posey. And look, I understand. There's guys that are the fans are mad and they want someone to blame. You know, they want someone to blame and let's just go after Posey, and it's not the right move. It just isn't.
All right, Eric, great call. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for calling the show, dude. I love the energy, fantastic energy by Eric, who was at the game tonight. Yeah, I mean, it goes back to my 80s thing. Like, it seems like today's society, we want to blame everybody for something. That things just can't be the way they are. So we look to point fingers a lot more quickly than I think the old days, when you're just like, whatever. That S happens. That used to be my favorite saying when I was in high school. Blake at San Mateo, you're on KNBR. What's going on? Oh, Blake dropped? Blake ran into a pole. I hope you're okay, Blake. Let's go to Glenn in Visalia. Glenn, you're on KNBR. What's going on?
Hey, FP, I wasn't able to listen to the game. I just got home from a meeting, but FT, you got to have Joe on your broadcast before the end of the season. You and him, the fans would love him just to chit-chat with you and him together.
We're doing the whole next road trip together. We're doing Denver and St. Louis, so you'll be sick of us by the end of that road trip. And we'll chit-chat on the air. That's what we're doing a lot of lately. I think when the game's 3-2, you call the game, and when it's 10-1, you talk about whatever. And I love working with Joe. He's really good at what he does.
Joe could be concentrated heavily on the game, and whatever comes out of your mouth, okay, no big deal.
Yeah, he has to roll with the punches because he never knows what I'm going to say, and I never know what I'm going to say. Glenn, what's shaking in Visalia tonight? Is it rocking?
Rocking. It was 100 degrees right now. Can you tell me who's pitching tomorrow?
For us, Carson Wisenhunt.
And
For them, I have no clue.
I am guilty of everything that you just stated. I want the Giants to win the World Series, and I don't see that coming in the next 2 years. But
2 years? You don't see it coming in 2 years? Let me preface this, Glenn, that 10, 12, and 14 spoiled all Giants fans. It's not that easy. It was 50-something years before they won their first 52 years before they won their first World Series in San Francisco. These things are hard to come by. Even if you have the best team in baseball, you get into October, it's a crapshoot. And like Tim Flannery used to say, sometimes it's just your time. And that means like when you get to the playoffs and everything goes your way, that's when you have the parade. But those things are hard to come by. And we all got spoiled with 3 championships in 5 years. Like, this is easy now. We got this. But it's not that easy. Just ask the Niners down the street. It's not that easy. So to demand a championship or want a championship, I always want my fan base to want that. But like when it doesn't go your way, to just lose your mind. And when it doesn't go the way you want, I feel like there's a lot of entitlement that's been developed through success. Whether it was the 107 wins in 2021, whether it's the 3 championship trophies that we parade around so proudly, which we should, around the ballpark and in the clubhouse. It's the first thing you see when you walk in. Those are great moments and great memories that we'll always have. But those things are so hard, man. I can't even articulate, and that's my job, how hard it is to win a World Series.
FP, I'm going to say this. I know you're an avid Giant fan. I'm an avid Dodger hater. I don't want the Dodgers to make the playoffs, but
they're gonna, Glenn. I got bad news for you, buddy. They're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, but they're not gonna win the World Series, though.
I don't think so either.
So, FP, my friend, thank you. Good job.
Thanks, Glenn.
Let's go Giants!
Yeah, go Giants, Glenn. Don't party too hard in Visalia. That place is nuts, man. It's the Las Vegas of the Central Valley, I heard. It's nuts. When I was the hitting coach in San Jose, we played Visalia. And it was nuts. I just had to pause there for dramatic effect because there's one main street in Visalia. I'm crushing Visalia right now. And there's one bar there that everybody goes to. And I can't remember the name of it. If you're from Visalia, listen right now. Tell me that bar. And that you go in there and the whole town is in this one bar on this one street in Visalia. Yeah. Thanks, Glenn. Stay safe out there. Let's go to Gary from Cal City. Where's Cal City, Gary?
South Central California, East Kern County.
Is that by Visalia?
No, it's 128 miles southeast of Visalia.
Pretty close. Is
Visalia,
it wild there? Is it nuts? What do you do? What do you do for fun? What do you do for fun in Cal City?
I watch Little League. I go to minor league games when I can. I support a lot of minor leagues, but I like going. It's cheaper too, and it's closer by. I go to like San Bernardino or I haven't been to Rancho Cucamonga yet, but I go to that one, Lancaster. I used to go there. We're going an hour away. And Bakersfield used to have a team 67 miles away, but
that place is a dump, man. That ballpark was a dump. I coached in the California League for 2 years.
I like them old balls, hit the balls bang on the roof. I like them old ballparks, but it was kind of run down.
They built the ballpark in Visalia and the sun sets in center field, and you actually have to stop the game sometimes because the sun is right in the hitter's eyes until the sun goes down. Like whoever did that got it way wrong.
Right. Visalia is more Southern California oriented. There's more there's a lot of Dodger fans in Tulare County. It's mostly Dodgers.
And you're a Giants fan, I'm taking it, because you're calling this show.
Yeah, I like a lot of teams. I respect Giants as a team in a lot of ways, but then nobody should badmouth the team. All teams are try, but when you start badmouthing, like you were saying earlier, you don't badmouth, complain, and stuff like that. You know, you can go and give it your best. I see people every day. They're always complaining and badmouth. They try to ruin my day. That's a waste of my time.
Gary, I like you, man. That's a good take. Don't let negative people spoil your fun. I had a bone to pick with our social media team today. They tweeted out a tweet that was less than professional. It said it had a picture of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift hugging. It said the Giants finishing around 500. And I'm like, why are we taking shots at the team that's on our air? Doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. I don't know what the point is. Like, they just took 2 out of 3 from Milwaukee. They beat the Cubs tonight. And we're taking shots on social media when the way I look at it is we're all in this together. And why would you take shots at the team that's basically the reason why we have a station at KNBR? So just a head scratcher for me today. I think they took it down after a while, but I know a lot of people noticed it, and I was one of them. That I just don't think you take cheap shots trying to be funny against a team that's out there trying to bust their ass to win games. I understand if you're frustrated as a fan. I understand if some of the hosts on our station are frustrated. We have every right to say what we want. My big thing is if you're going to crush the team, be at the ballpark, be in the dugout, be on the field for BP, show your face in the clubhouse once in a while. It's easy to sit at home or to sit in a studio and crush a team and not come out here and show face. So that's my other pet peeve. But we took it down and we're heading in the right direction. And the Giants won tonight 5-2. Thanks for all the calls. It's always good to talk to you guys. I love doing the show after the game. There was some complaining about the bunker being closed. I'm in the broadcast booth, man. The bunker is like claustrophobia. You're like an animal in the zoo in the bunker. Like the windows are there and people knock on the windows and it says, do not feed the show host. And sometimes I get a little like, there's no air down there and I start to get hot and sweaty. And I'm up here in DC's chair in the booth from the Hawaiian Airlines broadcast booth. There's one chair next to me says Dave Fleming. The other one says John Miller. The Roomba lawnmower is on the field right now, just driving around in circles, mowing the grass. It's a remote control program lawnmower that's out there cutting the grass. And I did notice today that the infield is way shorter than it was. And I think it was for the women's soccer game that was here. So the balls were getting through the infield. I'm like, well, keep it short all the time. Let's go. All right, Danny, back at home base. Thank you very much. Thanks for all the calls. I'll be with you tomorrow night, too, after the game. And then Thursday, you're on your own. So thanks for all the calls. Danny, good job. Swing hard in case you hit it on the Sports Leader.